What is up everybody, I'm Mear and welcome back to another episode of The List where we'll be making a manga. And today on the menu is we'll be creating a male protagonist for this manga. And to start off, we'll need to decide on which hairstyle. There's two unique things for me personally as a male character, and that is his hair and his eyes. So first of all, we'll start off with making some basic designs, getting some ideas on paper with some of these thumbnail sketches you see on the screen right now. We'll pick one of those hairstyles and then we'll move on to the eyes. So as you can see, I've got 5 laid out right now. We're gonna start on the 6th one, and they're widely different. We got some normal ones at the top, we got a bald one, we got some more exotic ones down at the bottom. And it's about time that we make a decision on which one I choose, which will be the one with a man bun, because it looks the best on the thumbnail sketch according to what I have in mind for this character. I'm not gonna explain too much about what the story is, we'll get into that later on in the series. I will spoil a little bit of stuff here along the way, but first of all we need to decide on one of these eyes. And again, there's quite a lot of good options, but for what I have in mind, for what the character needs to be, I think it should be the one that I selected. Now with those two in mind, we can start focusing on creating our character and what his characteristics will be. So we're going to start off with a plain face, and then we're going to start with the hair, with the nose, and the eyes. Just making a rough sketch, and then afterwards we'll do the line art and the coloring in. And while that is all happening in the background, I want to talk a little bit about how I'm gonna handle this series and how I'm gonna tackle writing a manga. This, like I said in the last one, this is quite an important point. This manga is just for practice. This is not the one that's gonna count. This is purely to get pen on paper, getting some work, get some practice, get better at it. And to start off, we make a main character. I'm making all sorts of adjustments and then deciding on, hey no, we're gonna keep it how I draw it first. All part of the process. So how is this gonna work? Well, first of all, we'll create two characters. There's gonna be a male character and a female character, so I get a bit of both worlds. I get used and comfortable drawing guys and girls, and there will be all sorts of side characters that I'll have to come up later on, but for these two main characters, we're gonna have something called a character reference sheet, which is what you'll see me drawing right here, or at least the start of it. I'm gonna draw his face, and that will be the start of it. And I'll probably add in a full body one later on. Not today, I don't have the time for that. So with these two laid out, I think we can crack on to the story. Also, you'll see here I colored in a part of the ears. I didn't like that. I'll change it on later because it looked like he had some black spot on his eyes, like a piercing or something, and that wasn't the look I was going for. For this character, I want him to look a little bit tough, but also like he's still a child, and I think I've succeeded in that. Also, in later references, I think I'm gonna draw the bun a little bit lower on the head so it's a bit more covered. It's just like right there so I don't forget that he has a man bun. I don't think I will, but you never know. So how is this gonna work story-wise? Well, I've got a plan in mind for how I'm gonna tackle the story. Basically, for me, storytelling, you've got a world with a certain set of rules, and then you got the story that you tell within those rules. Well, to make it easier for me, I've chosen a world and a set of rules that already exists, that I'm not gonna spoil yet, but we're gonna tell a story in that world, in that environment, and that limits what I need to do, and I can focus on drawing more, because I think the storytelling perspective, I think I've got that down basically, but just how good my creativity and imagination is, I think I can rest on that, but my drawing needs a lot of practice. And we're almost finished with him. Last thing I want to say is, because this is gonna be a manga, we're gonna need to learn to color with screen tones and just black. Those are the two main things that we'll need. So to finish it off, I'm just gonna color in his hair with a darker screen tone and then his hoodie with a lighter screen tone, and that we finish off just doing some final adjustments, and there we have our male character done. And I think he looks pretty cool, looks like a kid. I could use your help on a name because I haven't figured out one yet. So if you liked this video, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and all good stuff, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks where I draw the female character.